Hello everyone, welcome back to another ItsalltoWIN video. Now of course you can tell already from my voice, I'm not super hyperactive because today it's a rant video. And not only your ordinary Fortnite rant, no. In this channel we all talk about the storyline, and of course this is the part 3, or like the third version. We already got the trilogy here. Fortnite Storyline Rant. So it's about, Fortnite, as the name suggests. I'll be ranting about the Fortnite storyline, and especially this season, which, let's get straight into it. Of course, if you're new here, I do Fortnite storyline content, you already know. I'm the Fortnite storyline nerd. And I plan to do so much more storyline content and explain the Battle Pass juicy, rich storyline characters for Chapter 3 until up to now. Maybe go back in Chapter 2 and explain some of those characters. So yeah, so if you enjoy content like this, and you'd like to see more, please like and subscribe. If you've seen my other videos, I 5,000 subscribers, and I will do a 5,000 subscribers, and I'm gonna do a giveaway, giving out 0 Spider-Man codes, Batman Who Laughed codes, and maybe some Reaper Harley Quinn skins and some others. Once I hit 5,000 subscribers milestone. But yeah, besides that, let's get straight into discussion because I've been really meaning to talk about this since the start of the season. And if you see my reactions, which my two reactions of the Battle Pass trailers are finally out, so go check that out. Go check them out if you want to see my genuine first reactions to it. But yeah, so basically one of the main things that I was really already predicting, and I was quite right, and that is that Chapter 3, as what the title of this video, of this third part of the Fortnite Storyline Rant video is called, Chapter 3 storyline is not a vibe. So besides the pun intended, right? Besides, this storyline not being a vibe, let's be realistic. You storyline nerds and I already know that this season is another case of Chapter 3 Season 1. It's just a build-up season for Chapter 3 Season 4. Because Chapter 3 Season 1 was all about the build-up. It's like, oh yeah, Paradigm, the I.O is coming. Is it gonna be this big whole war? And no live event that season. The storyline was bare minimum bones. It's like you eat a chicken bone and just the bone itself. That's how bare it was. It was just a linear path. Of course, it was still developing the storyline, specifically the main storyline. But it was so minimum that it was just a build-up to the next season. And I mean, I won't lie to you, Chapter 3 Season 2 was probably one of the best seasons and probably one of the main, top 5 seasons of this chapter. I feel like, because there was so much content, back-to-back storylines, funny quotes. We learned so much about the members of the 7. We actually got introduced to every single member of the 7 that season, which was a big deal. Dr. Sloan died. Well, I'll put quotation marks that she died. I still think she's still alive. For me, Dr. Sloan, one of my favorite Fortnite characters. Now, I hate her, I despise her, but she plays such a good role as a villain that I really want her to come back. And maybe redemption arc, but like little by little, not immediately. I want redemption arc, like John Jones, like, oh, John Jones, you were right this whole time. The I.O was trash. And, I want like the redemption arc little by little. But besides that, getting sidetracked, yeah, I can already tell from the beginning of the season that this season, once I saw the Vibe season, I already knew that this season is just going to be Fortnite building up the storyline for Chapter 3 Season 4, which is fine. It's just that for us Fortnite storyline nerds that play the game mainly because of the storyline, also the gameplay is still really good, don't get me wrong, Fortnite's really fun, but like we're not gonna be super excited like, oh, what's gonna happen next. It's gonna be another bare bone, boneless, not boneless, basically just bone chicken, plain main storyline. And so far I'm right. So I finished so far all the quests at the time of recording. There's, I think, 4 parts. I think there's 4 parts of the quest, of the vibing quest. Besides the paradigm quest, that's besides the point. So there's 4 parts to it so far, at the time of recording, and I can already tell where the storyline's leading. It's basically just leading that the reality tree is the main cause of bringing this other realities into this island for power, and the scientists and the members of the Seven are getting very worried about the reality tree breaking reality and making destructions, similar to, let's just say, Chapter 2, Season 5, where the zero point was exposed out of nowhere. Also similar to Chapter 2, Season 6, where the Spire, aka the Zero Point, was also exposed, which attracted the attention of the last reality, and we all know how that ended up. A big destruction, mothership. Basically, it was about to be Rappies for the I.O and the Loopers, but the Seven came in clutch to save this reality and flip the island. So yeah, so basically, I got sidetracked so hard. Yeah. So this is just gonna be a build-up season. The reality, that's what the whole point of the reality tree is. Which makes sense. I mean, I won't get wrong, and I'm gonna talk to this. You know what? Let's just talk to this right now since we're in the topic of it. The reality tree. Okay, so at the start of my reactions for this season, one of my main complaints is that last season it was a whole war. We needed as much manpower as possible. We needed Collabs to join the Seven. We needed super beings to join the Seven. I'm lagging. To join the Seven. And once I saw Darth Vader being in the Battle Pass, and Indiana Jones, and now Hinata and the other team, I think Team 10. I think, no, I don't know if it's Team 10, but the new Naruto skins that came out recently. I think yesterday at the time of recording. Where were they? Where on earth were they? Where on earth were they last season? We needed them last season. We needed their help last season against the I.O. It was literally the end of all realities, or saving all realities. It was between both of them, and we see Darth Vader barely joining in, and probably the most chillax season ever. I mean, of course we have chapter 1, season 9. Summer vibes and stuff, but it was still an ongoing storyline with the mech and monster. There was still something going on and very dangerous. What was another summer season? Chapter 2, season 3. Actually, never mind. So, Chapter 2, Season 3 was another build-up season to Chapter 2, Season 4, and it was pretty chillax. So there was no major threat beforehand, and no collaborations that could have helped, But this time around, Chapter 3, Season 2, Resistance, literally a war against probably the big two organizations that we've been following this entire time, the Seven and the I.O, and we need as much help as possible. And we did get that with the Marvel characters in the comic book, which I'll talk later on in this rant. We did get Marvel characters to help out, and we won. Thankfully, we surprisingly won the war. But now that Darth Vader, the other Naruto skins came back, the new Naruto skins, and now Indiana Jones, and probably other characters. I mean, Among Us, I guess you can count Among Us there if you want to. Has joined, those 4 collabs has joined in this vibing season. And for me, I call BS, but now it makes sense. It makes sense why they're here, and this probably the most chillax season besides Chapter 2, Season 3. And it's because of the reality tree. Thanks to the reality tree, it's breaking time and space, and we see in the new Naruto trailer for Hinata and the others, we see Naruto and I think Sasuke looking, and we see a rift crack in the sky, and that's how they got into the island. Similar how Raven in Chapter 2, Season 6, with her comic book, brought Beast Boy from her reality, from her DC reality, to help her with the likes of against the Spire, against the Primal Era, and trying to return everyone back home. And the same thing with Darth Vader now, especially now that we know that the scientist is onto Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers, because they feel like they're up to something, which probably they are, since they want to be the #1 ruler of the galaxy. So yeah, it makes sense, especially during the live event. We see Darth Vader fighting against, I'm not a Star Wars nerd, but fighting against probably the light side, the good side, and that's probably how Darth Vader got, attracted from the reality tree, and the reality tree pulled Darth Vader from that reality, or Darth Vader find that source of energy and went into the reality zero, and now he's here. And probably the same thing with Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones probably got rifted from the reality tree, and now he's here on the island trying to find the most best treasure ever. And I mean, that makes sense. I'm actually happy that they explained why these powerful beings or these people that could have helped in the Resistance War are here now. But yeah, I just like that they basically answer my question. Of course, 4 parts after the vibing quest. But yes, the reality tree is the main cause why these collaboration skins are coming here in the first place, which makes sense, and I'm happy they answer that for us Fortnite Storyline nerds that want to piece everything together and want answers. Because you already know, Fortnite does not answer our questions, and it's up to us to make theories, and Fortnite makes them reality, either in the comic books and live events or in the quest. So yeah. Okay, so backtrack to chapter 3 not being the buy for the storyline. Yeah, I can already tell this storyline to be pretty simple. We're just gonna be looking at, we should be tracking against, we'll be looking, investigating towards the reality tree with the scientist, and we're probably gonna be helping the other loopers, you know, chillax. I mean, we already helped out the scientists by spraying certain locations, and for me, the vibing quest, I feel like that like the events, the quests that we do happens immediately after chapter 2 season 2, because we see spraying, because one of the quests the scientist said is like, oh yeah, you know, the loopers don't like the IO post being there, you know, because the IO is a bad side and all that stuff. Can you spray? And we already seen at the beginning of the season, the IO post was already sprayed. It's already graffitied everywhere. So I assume those challenges took place before chapter 3 season 3 happened, and basically it happened right after the collision event that happened. We see the loopers celebrating, and also the loopers spray painting all of the IO posts, taking, and we also see the scientist saying that the loopers does not like Cover Canyon because it's the IO base, and they're converting Cover Canyon into this roller coaster, which we already seen at the launch of the season. But I guess right now that's barely happening in the Fortnite timeline. So it's something interesting to know about. But yeah, the season's gonna be pretty simple for the storyline. Unfortunately, it's another build-up season for chapter 3 season 4, which I prefer. That I prefer having Fortnite dedicated to the storyline for a big season, and then the next season being a build-up to the next season. Because if you think about it, if you want to split, if you want Fortnite season to be just mediocre, mediocre storyline season, nothing really going on, and having, like, you know, each season having their own live events, but like that's it. The live events is the only big storyline ever. I prefer having a whole season like last season and chapter 3 season 2 Resistance, have the whole season being a banger storyline filled content season, and I prefer that, honestly. But I do, yeah, dang it. Unfortunately, we will have this season being one of those seasons should build up for next season. The storyline won't be that great. Of course, at the end of the season, I do predict that the storyline will be ramping up for next season. We're probably gonna know this other being, which we saw at the last trailer, this season's trailer, this Vive season trailer. We see at the end, we see this big being looking over reality zero, like if it's an orb or something. We're probably gonna know that person at the end of this season, and we're probably gonna be having this big reality tree and everything. Something major is gonna happen at the end of the season. But of course, I feel like for sure it's 100% confirmed no live event this season. But next season, for sure, 100% live event, big storyline characters. We're probably gonna have the character that we saw in the cinematic trailer this season be in the next battle pass, probably as a secret battle pass similar to the Cube Queen in chapter 2 season 8, the last reality. So sorry, Cubed. So yeah, well, that was basically it for chapter 3 not being a vibe. For the storyline, basically the storyline is being on hold technically. The storyline will be bare bones. It will still continue the main storyline and develop it for next season. But besides that, nothing much else to say. All right. Okay. So I have like, of course, the notebook. I have the notebook right here if you can hear it. Some ASMR type of grab. So basically, I have multiple things to talk about. So I already finished chapter 3, not being a buy for the storyline. I already talked about the reality tree, confirming how the collabs come here, so I can scratch these two out. Oh, okay. So another thing I want to talk about is Geno. So we saw in the collision event last season, chapter 3, season 2, Resistance, we saw the live event and we saw John Jones and the Foundation see the 0 point, and we see Geno, and they jump towards the 0 point, and at the end of the season, when the W walking being, paradigm literally protected us from the rocks falling over into the bridge, and we see John Jones and the Foundation. Really cute scene by the way of the fist bump they did, literally falling over the sky, going towards Geno. And next season starts, and for me, I expect to see the continuation of John Jones and the Foundation going towards Geno, and basically introducing the new season, the events after their confrontation against Geno with John Jones and the Foundation. But no, literally, we have this whole season like, oh, we won. It's the rainbow after the storm, and it's great. I like that. But what happened to Geno? What happened to John Jones and the Foundation when they went towards Geno? We still didn't see nothing. We still don't know what happened afterwards. Did they defeat Geno and actually won, the war? The I.O.'s no more? Oh, that rhymed a little bit. That rhymed a little bit. But yeah, no, seriously, what happened to Geno? We know that the comic books, we know the Fortnite X Marvel Zero War comic books takes place during during the beginning of chapter 3, season 2, Resistance, and of course it's gonna develop until the end of that season, which we already know what happens at the end of the season. And that is the collision event. Of course, we won against the I.O. Dr. Sloan, quote unquote, dead. Gunnar, I don't know what happened with Gunnar, but we're probably gonna know what happens to Gunnar against the Foundation and Gunnar. We're probably gonna have a 1v1 against those two eventually later on in the issues for Fortnite X Marvel. But yeah, I honestly think that either one of two things. One, Geno was defeated by the Foundation and John Jones. We're gonna see that in the comic books. At the end, we're probably gonna see that at the last issue of the Fortnite X Marvel comic books, and we're gonna see the confrontational of Geno against Foundation and John Jones. But I do not want that to happen because they're basically making it not a big deal. Geno is the leader of the I.O. The I.O. is the main reason why why Fortnite exists, why the Fortnite lore exists. The I.O. is the main thing, and is the main bad guy of this entire time. And thankfully, we won against the I.O., but the leader is still supposedly out there. But if they're gonna confirm that Geno, that in the comic books, the events after the collision event, they're gonna show us John Jones and the Foundation confronting Geno and beating Geno's ass and basically having Geno dead, that means the I.O.'s no more, and they're literally just throwing that whole storyline into the bin, that whole build-up for Geno, and that's it. That's it. There's nothing else besides that. I really don't want it to happen, but if that's the case, I really want a whole issue dedicated towards that one confrontational against John Jones Foundation and Geno. Maybe a big fight scene during the entire comic book, storyline drops, history, the backstory of the Foundation, the backstory of Geno, why Geno created the I.O. I want a lot of answers before Geno is gone. I want to know his motivations, why he wants to do it besides knowledge and power. Maybe it's an occasion from Miles Morales. Maybe it's like Into the Spider-Verse Miles Morales, where big. I think his name is Kingpin. where he lost his family. He's trying to see his family from different realities, but every single reality, his family hates him. Maybe Geno's trying to do that. Maybe maybe that's his main goal, and he keeps failing, and that's why he's seeking knowledge and power in order to finally find that one reality where the family likes him. That's just a theory. I'm not saying that I want that to happen. It's just a thought I just came up right now. Yeah, theory that came up right now. But yeah, I do not want Geno to be thrown in the trash. I want him to be a big reveal villain. I want Geno to still continue to the storyline to this day until basically one big massive event where the loopers, the seven, maybe other heroes too fight Geno and beat this big battle. Basically just the event called Geno, basically a whole event dedicated towards Geno and defeating him, and a whole season dedicated towards Geno. Hey, call the end event for the third end event for this chapter Geno. Call the whole season Geno. Heck, just see, I call the whole season Geno. I want Geno to be this big character, and want people to understand that Geno is this big nemesis and not just your ordinary villain like Dr. Sloan, The Last Reality, or this new villain that appeared in the cinematic trailer. I want Geno to be this big deal menace to society. I want him to be gigantic, powerful, literally one snap. If you've seen the Owl House, that kid that literally thrown the villain, yeah, I want him to be that powerful. I want him to control the moon. I mean, he has so much power. I bet he's consumed the 0 point energy or have 0 point energy in himself. He does not look human. He has a human proportion, but he does not look like human skin. So I want Geno to be this big menace to society, and yeah, for me that's why I'm really angry. Because they didn't show in this season trailer what happened towards John Jones in the Foundation against Geno. Did they defeat Geno? Hopefully not. Will we get answers what happened afterwards? Hopefully we do. But besides that, I don't think we're gonna see what happened unless we just hear it eventually in the vibing quest against the Foundation. John Jones will be like, oh yeah, we went toward Geno and we couldn't find him. If they do that with the vibing quest this season, they just name drop like, oh yeah, we went to Geno during the end of the collision event, but nothing happened. We just came back to this reality and fixed everything up. I'll be so pissed off. Also, if they do the comic route that I just mentioned right now, I'm not gonna be. I would dislike it, but again, in the comic books they have. I want Geno to be dedicated a whole comic book. The last issue, I want, if they're gonna tackle that event that happened at the end of the collision event, I want a whole issue dedicated about those events. So they bring, if they are gonna defeat Geno, I want that whole issue to be dedicated towards him. Storyline name drops his main goal, why he started the I.O, his beef against the Foundation, John Jones finally confronting the real Geno, and stuff like that. So yeah, that was wow. that was the third thing so far from this list of the Fortnite Storyline Rant. I really wanted to get off that off from my chest. So yeah, Geno. I didn't like what they did. We don't know what happened to John Jones. They survived. They're clearly fine. They came back to the island, but what happened to Geno? Did they find Geno? I guess we'll know eventually. Okay. Speaking of comic books and stuff like that, so the next topic I have under my list is that the big major Fortnite storyline name drops and content and big storyline, new info about the Fortnite storyline is always in the comic books, bro. There's nothing in the game, like, besides live events and besides major characters like the Seven, and maybe some quests, very little quests, but maybe some quests here and there. They do big storyline, but besides that, everything is always in the comic books. Since the very beginning of Batman/Fortnite comic books, especially Batman/Fortnite Foundation. Batman/Fortnite Foundation has so many storyline content that we didn't know before, and now, like, after this, after the Fortnite X Marvel, we learned so much about the Fortnite storyline, and that's just the first out of 6 issues. Just imagine the final issue. We have the Imagined. We have all the members of the Seven except Paradigm. Dude, you know how much storyline name drops we're gonna freaking have during the entire issue for Fortnite X Marvel? I mean, the amount of times I saw, oh, this took place in Chapter 3, Season 2, or this took place in Chapter 1, Season 9. The amount of times I saw that makes me really excited because it shows that they're going to be talking about the past pretty often. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited about that. But also besides that, yeah, I don't like that they have everything, every single like the Fortnite storyline, the main Fortnite storyline closed behind comic books because Fortnite is a game and Fortnite needs a story and it does have a story. But the main story, the main big rich storyline is close behind comic books with collaboration comic books, not Fortnite comic books. It's collaboration comic books, and it makes me really angry. It makes me really like not angry. It just makes me like, they're going that route really. Like they could easily put the budget in. I know Fortnite has a lot of money. They can easily put the budget in to make the storyline more relevant into the game some way somehow. I mean, they did a really good job with Quest and having audio logs, voice actors. That's really good. That's really good. That's a really good step ahead, and it's better than Legendary Quest that they had, which was revealing the main storyline, but ain't nobody was paying attention to the storyline. All they wanted was that juicy XP. But now that they have audio logs and people pay attention to the storyline, well, that the storyline that the audio logs is telling, it's way better. But I do want more of the comic book storyline to be in the game. So yeah, that's my issue with that. But it's fine. It's something. I don't mind it. I understand why Fortnite is not focusing on the storyline because they're focusing on the gameplay. Because people, let's be honest, people only care about the main core storyline and they don't care about like the little minimum details. So yeah, that's basically it. But oh, so okay, the next topic is Gunnar's suggestion. So I have a suggestion for Gunnar. Now, for me, well, at the time of recording, I haven't seen Gunnar talk at all, and for me, I have a suggestion that would be pretty cool, and it will represent people that can't talk, basically. I want Gunnar to be, I forget what it's called. Not, is it deaf? Not blind. Deaf means you can't hear. Not that. Well, basically, I want Gunnar to have the not disability. I don't know if I'm saying this. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Basically, I want Gunnar to not have the ability to talk. Of course, he can grunt and get angry and do noises, but I want him to not talk, and I want him to talk sign language. I want, like, that would be really cool. Just imagine Gunnar doing sign language in order to communicate. It will make sense. It will give so much character and personality to Gunnar just by him doing sign language and him not being able to talk. It will give him so much personality. It will make sense why he hasn't talked this entire time, and it just, I don't know. It's just that's a suggestion I want for Gunnar. But yeah, that's something I want for Gunnar to have, him not being able to talk, but he can do sign language, and it'll be really cool, honestly. But it's just a suggestion, but it will basically have people who can't talk. They'll see him like, okay, he can't talk in the storyline. That's really cool, and yeah, that's because we haven't seen Gunnar talk at all. He got clapped at the beginning, at the end event part 2, from the Foundation. And then we see Chapter 3 Season 2 Resistance trailer. He got that Cosmo gear, but he didn't talk at all. And yeah, I don't know about the comic books, but hopefully, I feel like he might talk, but hopefully he doesn't talk, and hopefully they put the batteries on and be like, oh, we can make him do sign language. And hopefully they do that, because I don't like Gunnar being this big stereotype. It's like, oh, he's the big dumb brute. He is. I can already tell you that he's not dumb. He's just very I guess he looks dumb, but I can tell that he, like, from the loading screens, and I can tell the people behind the storyline of Gunnar wants people to take him seriously, but it's beyond repair at that point. He got clapped at the beginning of chapter. I mean, he got clapped at the end, part 2 from the Foundation, which was his introduction, and he got clapped immediately. What else? What else? Oh, and during the chapter 3 season 2 resistance audio logs, we see John Jones saying that who's stealing their lunch food, and they reveal that it was Gunnar level 5, which is a funny joke, but also makes Gunnar look very like a joke character. Honestly, like, you're dumb brute. So yeah. Well, besides that, that's the Gunnar suggestion. Okay, so the next one below is honestly new videos for this channel. It's all to win. Okay, so basically when, you know, of course, for y'all, you already know that I've been gone for big chunks between videos, around 2 weeks and maybe really hardly a month, especially recently. And that's because I was really busy. Well, back then I had anxiety, personal problems, something came up with like YouTube and stuff like that, with YouTube collaborations, and then you know, family problems, and then it was the end of the school year, so I was focusing really hard on school, studying, all that stuff, and then of course I had this recent trip, which is amazing, by the way, amazing people, amazing trip, amazing friends, family, new family, yeah. So basically it was great, loved it, but yeah, besides that, yeah, I was really busy, and I'm just gonna tell you right now, I have another trip, pretty soon. But I, like you see right now, so as you can see right now, I had 3 videos premiering. Tomorrow's gonna be one. Well, for at the time of recording, tomorrow's gonna be the Gumbo. Tuesday and Monday is gonna be the 0 point thingy that I have planned. I haven't reacted to it yet, but I have the video premiering. But in reality, I'm gonna switch the video with the recording I'm gonna do pretty soon. Basically, the video for me to premiere the video is like 16 seconds long for me, but I have the thumbnail ready, so people will know that the video will come out Monday. But then once I get the recording, I can do the quick switcheroo. So yeah, that's how that thing works. But besides that, yeah, you probably don't care about that. You probably don't care about the YouTube strats. But yeah. So new videos planned. I plan to make. I mean, every single Fortnite Storyline channel does this, and it's like basically a lazy video, cause y'all know me, when I do Storyline videos, y'all know me for the ItsalltoWIN main dish, 5-star dish, and it's really edited videos, talking about in detail about the Fortnite storyline and all that stuff for each character, and I will continue doing that. But instead of making that every single time I talk about the storyline, I will make that exclusively for the Battle Pass characters. So basically, basically all Chapter 3 Battle Pass characters up to now, eventually, will be that ItsalltoWIN chef's kiss type of videos, edited and all that stuff. But videos for just, you know, certain theories and certain things, characters that I want to talk about, I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna be a raw video. I'm probably gonna record my gameplay. Because I can record gameplay now. I'm probably gonna record my gameplay, put a few images on related to the topic I'm talking about the Fortnite storyline during that time, and upload the video like that. It's gonna be very lazy compared to my past videos, but it's topics that I want to talk about, and the main juicy Fortnite storyline Battle Pass characters, I will be putting my heart and soul dedicating towards that, and putting you know, I spend like 15 hours 20 hours per edited ItsalltoWIN video like that. So yeah, so I'm gonna be basically making videos like that. I mean, every single Fortnite storyline channel does that, so might as well hop on the train, and y'all will enjoy it. It's just me talking about the storyline, about something related to the storyline. For example, for a while now, I really wanted to talk about Geno, and like if something, basically, if the quest, something like big name drop happens in the quest, I can easily make a thumbnail and record and talk about it. Maybe write a script, but maybe not. Talk about it, put some gameplay in the background, a few images related to the topic or things so people can understand what I'm saying, and boom, video right there. Pretty easy video right there. So yeah, maybe trailer gameplay in the background. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's the new videos that I'm planning to make, and it's gonna be really fun because it's gonna be just me talking about the storyline and you guys understanding and interested in the certain topic. And of course, the ItsalltoWIN videos are still gonna come out, and it's only for Battle Pass characters and or like the 7 explained video and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh, of course, like and subscribe if you want that. I forgot to mention that. And yeah, that's basically that topic out of the way. Hopefully you're excited for that. Okay. Hold on, I need water. This is a rant video. I shouldn't be talking like y'all gonna leave. If right now, okay, so if you're hearing this right now, like and subscribe. Well, you comment, let's go, ItsalltoWIN. Comment, let's go, ItsalltoWIN. Yeah, if you lasted this long, of course you're gonna keep hearing what I'm saying on what topics I have. So I shouldn't be rushing like y'all gonna leave. If I stop talking, you're gonna leave anytime soon. So yeah, let me just get a water bottle. Let me calm down real quick. How was y'all day, by the way? Hopefully everything is going good. Oh, get my reboot card. I'm choking on water. Okay, yeah. I had to calm down. I was talking really fast the entire time. Oh my gosh. That's what. Okay, I watched. I'm really okay. Yeah, I need to calm down. So yeah, hopefully y'all days are doing good. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Hopefully y'all don't freaking. Nah, bro, hold on. Let me get like a 1 minute break real quick. No, actually 20-second break. Maybe gum will help. Well, okay, let me tell you what type of flavor gum this is. It's the extra long-lasting flavor, Polar Ice. Oh shit, is it from Polar P? I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's from Polar Ice, 15 sticks. Hopefully, with the gum, I don't lag much. I don't stutter as much. I mean, I guess some ItsalltoWIN backstory. Since I was born, I really had problems speaking. I lag, like when I say I'm lagging or I stutter, it's because it's something that I was born with it. And it goes with every single language I talk. I speak 3 languages, and in every single 3 languages I stutter quite a lot. Especially if I talk for long periods of time. If I talk for long periods of time or talk very fast, you can hardly understand what I'm saying, or I stutter a lot and like can't find the right words to say. But yeah, let's get back to the topic. Okay, so basically, the order introduction being useless AF. We see the order being introduced in the item shop. We already know the sisters got saved thanks to the Fortnite X Marble leaked covers, but besides that, we know nothing about the order. We at least know the imagined personality, we know her backstory and the backstory of her and her sister. But besides that, we know next to nothing about the order. Like, dude, the order we know nothing about. And the same thing can be said with the visitor. The visitor, at least we know the visitor at least we know what the visitor did, right? Like, he got the meteor, he's the mastermind of the group. But who is the origin, bro? For me, she's just a random chick. She's just Wendy's sister, bro. She's just Wendy's sister, honestly. She's just Wendy's sister. Yeah, and like, we do, like, in the, like, I assume in the comic books, we're gonna see their friendship. Hopefully we see the order. We should see the order. She's in the trailer. But, hopefully we see the Imagine and the Order friendship that they have. Because hopefully we see the Order talk too. Because the Order is a character that I really want to know more about. Because the origin we know quite a bit about. the foundation, the origin, the scientist, a little bit of scientist, the paradigm's a big storyline. The paradigm, the legend of John Jones, we know a lot about John Jones. The Imagine, we know quite a bit now, but we know next to nothing about the Visitor, and probably the most we know next to nothing about is the Order. And she looks like a copycat from the Imagine. She looks, I mean, they're sisters, it makes sense, but her armor and the way she looks, besides her hair and eye colors, she literally looks like a copycat from the Imagine. It looks like she was a placeholder for people who missed the chapter 3 season 2 battle pass, and in the future they release the orders like, oh, this is like that one character. It's like the Imagine, but I can buy her from the item shop this time around. It basically feels like that. And I don't want her to feel like that. I want her to be like a main reason, one of the number one reasons for the Fortnite storyline. I mean, she is part of the seven. The seven, each member of the seven has their own gimmick in the team and their own rich storyline. And I assume the sisters have a really tragic past. And thankfully, with the Chapter 3 Season 2 Resistance audio logs, we know that the sisters have their past behind us, and I assume that they did something very tragic, or they did something really mean. Maybe they were part of the Order, they mentioned Order, and then switched sides to the Seven. But we know that thanks to the Imagine, but we know the next thing nothing about the Order. We just know that she's just where Wendy's looking at. That's basically it. And she just got released to the item shop. We got a really cool loading screen about her sneaking into the Imagined Order, and I assume that happened during Chapter 3 Season 2, or maybe in the comic books, Chapter 3 Season 1 through Chapter 3 Season 2. But yeah, besides that, we know next to nothing about the Order, and I really want to know more. I feel like she was just thrown away. Maybe I feel like she was the Imagined copycat. And I mean, that's how I feel about her. And every single time I see her in the item shop, she looks really badass. But for me, she just looks like a copycat of the Imagine. She looks like a blank character. We have next to nothing about her, and she just looks like a throwaway the seven member, which shouldn't be the case. The seven should be one of the most important, no, the most important storyline characters that we supposed to be knowing about. And I guess the Order fell down into the Midas or Ice King and Fire King location, where they're really important storyline characters, but we know next to nothing about them. But the Order is the bottom of that list, because the Order we know nothing about. At least the Ice King, we know what he did, where he come from, what he did the Ice Storm event. The Fire King, he got a volcano. They were trying to get they're both trying to fight against to get the power, against to go to the ball to get the 0 points power energy. Midas, we know he used to work for the I.O. We know he has a daughter Jules. The whole Ghost and Shadow operation was all like a manipulation to get a device event to control the storm. He failed, but at least the loopers escaped the loop and went through to the I.O., which we saw John Jones. But for the Order, we know nothing about it. So yeah, that was what I wanted to talk about. The Visitor too. I want to know so much about the Visitor. He's the OG member of the Seven, the first one we got introduced, and we know next to nothing about him. We rarely see him talk. Is he Donald Munster? I really want the Visitor to be Donald Munster. That'd be really cool. But besides that, yeah, the Order being useless. I want to know her. I want to get to know her better and her role in the Seven, besides just being the sister of the Imagine. Yeah, that's basically it for that topic. Speaking of the storyline for Chapter 3 Season 2 of the Resistance, of having all the seven members being introduced, the next topic is that I feel like the storyline got really rushed that season. So basically, beforehand, we had, I assume, 4 members of the seven introduced, and it was like pretty long distances from each other. We had the first member of the seven, the Visitor, in Chapter 1 Season 4, and besides that, we didn't know no one else besides we didn't know no one from the seven until 6 seasons later. In Season X, we know 2 members of the seven, the scientist, which I assume was the one who was leaving those audio logs within the loop, and Paradigm, which back then we knew next to nothing about, but now we know a lot about the Paradigm. That she was Singularity, most obviously. And then after that, let me see. After that, 5 seasons later, after that, after that, 6 seasons. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Just had an important call. Yeah, I totally forgot where I was, but okay. So, Rush storyline. So I don't know where I left off from last time. I'm just gonna say this. The storyline was really rushed. They introduced the members of the Seven. 5 seasons after season X. 6 seasons later in the Primal cinematic trailer, we got introduced to the leader, the Foundation, and then let me see. So chapter 2, season 6. So literally 4 seasons later. Sorry, my mind's working too slow today. So literally 4 seasons later, we got introduced 3 members of the Seven. Do you understand the big? You understand that's rushing. So for us storyline nerds, that's such a big rush towards the storyline. And we didn't see them saving the sisters. I mean, it was a big deal. It was literally a big deal. In the chapter 2, season 6 cinematic trailer, the Foundation was like, with John Jones, like, I need to know the sisters and also Geno. And John Jones was like, bet. And we literally didn't see the Foundation saving the sisters, and that could have been a whole different storyline there, a whole different season. The Foundation was like, all right, we need to save the sisters, and we could have been breaking into the I.O facility, saving the sisters, or going to space or something like that, right? Something major like that. No, the sisters is already there. Even in comic books, the sisters are probably already saved. So we don't know how like, that's so frustrating. That gets me so mad. I really want to see the sisters being saved. I want to see the Origin being saved, but no. They said, oh yeah, let's just rush. This is the war against the I.O and the Seven. We need all the 7 members, so we need to rush everybody to be in this one season, and to literally put two of the 7 members in the battle pass, not even the secret battle pass, into the battle pass, and that's pretty frustrating, honestly. That makes me really frustrated, and because so basically 6 seasons for 2 members of the 7, 6 seasons more for the leader of the 7, and then 4 seasons for 3 members of the 7. For me, I would not gotten mad if it was the sisters, which is 2 members of the 7. That's fine because they're sisters, right? They're sisters, they're family members. That makes sense. But no, we got 3 members of the 7. We got the Imagine, developed, the Origin developed, but we have no idea who the Order is, which is very frustrating. But besides that, yeah, last season, I'm not complaining. Last season was amazing, but I just felt like the storyline was super rushed, especially for the members of the 7, and we probably will never know how the sisters got saved or how the Origin got saved. So yeah, that's the unfortunate part about the storyline, and I feel like Fortnite will never answer that, unfortunately. But yeah, now that's the topic I was talking about, the rush storyline. Literally the topic under rush storyline is the unsatisfying, but I already said it from the bottom of my heart while talking the rush storyline, so I'm gonna cross that too. Okay, so this is the last topic I'll be talking about. And this topic is 3 rivals, which means we have 3 potential enemies that the 7 is now facing, and since the 7 now basically owns the 0 point, the reality tree, and reality 0, and basically they own the entire island, they have 3 main rivals now. First is the leader of the I.O, and that's if they haven't beaten Geno yet. So the leader of the I.O, they still have Geno. Geno didn't have the time to speak with the I.O in the island, so Geno, I assume Geno's a big deal. So probably Geno's gonna be the #1 enemy for years to come. Hopefully, #1 enemy to the years to come. But the second rival is, of course, the last reality, the Cube Queen. The Cube Queen wants to get the 0 point to basically own all realities, as thus the name says, the last reality. But again, after she got contact with water, I guess that's her weakness. Of course, the entire island was also flipped, so that could have been also her weakness and messed up her magic. She rifted back to her basically reality, and I know she's cooking something. I know she's cooking something. She will come back with a whole invasion. A whole invasion. Freaking 5 motherships. No, freaking 10. No, everyone is gonna freaking jump the island. So the 7 needs to be ready for the last reality to come any moment now, and especially the origin. The origin finna be like, hey, yo, ex-wife? the season gonna be called ex-wife versus, bro. The season's gonna be called ex-wife? Question mark? Question mark? No question mark and potential mark. That would be so hilarious. But yeah, that's the main issue. That's the main thing. That's the second main rival. And now the third rival that I want the third and final rival is the new one that we got introduced to in the new Chapter 3 Season 3 Vibe trailer, cinematic trailer, which is the one that was looking over the entire island in this big orb. That is, of course, our new threat that we're going to be facing pretty soon. I assume pretty soon. And when I mean soon, probably next season or after next season, or maybe the end of the season, most likely. But first, most likely next season. And so yeah, those are the big three threats. And that's if the Cube Queen didn't die, because it's still not confirmed the Cube Queen did survive or the Cube Queen did die. But if she did, let's just say she died. Okay, Cube Queen out of here. Let's just say Geno died, because you know the Foundation Chachos went there and they just killed Geno. Let's just say Geno died, the last reality died. So I guess the new rival will be the third one I'm talking about. But let's just say best case scenario, we still have the leader of the 7 Genos out there, which will be the main threat for years to come in the Fortnite storyline. We still have the Cube Queen planning her big revenge, probably a few seasons, maybe 3 seasons from now, maybe 3 seasons or so. And now we have the new villain, which by the looks of it, of her looking over like a 0 point orb, she could be the next Galactus. To be honest, she could be the next Galactus, and that's the next big threat that we're gonna probably see next season. So yeah, those 3 main rivals that we have. Of course, I feel like Dr. Stone will be a minor rival. Now, if she's alive, again, we didn't see her dead corpse, so we assume that she's still alive. But you know how Fortnite is dark, so she might be very well dead. So we got Dr. Sloan potentially coming back. Gunnar may be coming back, maybe not. Maybe he retired. He's like, yeah, this is not for me, and he dipped. We'll see the last reality. Yeah, we're for sure gonna see the last reality, and we're gonna see contact with the origin and the Cube Queen. Some of that drama, some of that ex-wife, ex-husband drama over there. We really fun to witness and see. And of course, the new villain, which comes new troops, new skins, new enemies, and new powers, and new risks to take. And a whole new villain makes a whole new bake. So yeah, whole new recipe. So yeah. And yeah, that's basically all the things I want to talk about. The 3 rivals. Let's just recap everything we talked about right now. So the first topic we said of the title of this video, of this Fortnite Storyline Rant, Chapter 3 not being the vibe with the storyline. That's just a funny title. I don't know why. It's a really funny title. The second one was the reality tree being the cause of Collabs being entered the season. Geno being the we saw what happened to Geno at the end of the collision event. The fourth topic that we talked about was why is everything locked behind comic books, the main storyline locked behind comic books. The fifth thing we talked about is Gunnar's hopefully Gunnar, a suggestion to Epic Games. Gunnar can do sign language. He can he cannot speak and stuff like that. The sixth is new videos. Subscribe, guys. Like, subscribe right now. New videos. Which you already know. I already talked about it. The seventh was the Order being useless, and also mentioning the Visitor kind of being the same role as the Order. Not as much, but kinda. The eighth slash ninth is the storyline being rushed in Chapter 3, Season 2, Resistance, and being very unsatisfied at times. At times, I'm not saying the entire time, at times being unsatisfied. And the 10th topic we read, is it 10? 1, 3, 6, yeah, it's 10. Wow, 10 again, okay. And the last topic, the 10th that we talked about, is that there's 3 rivals, potential rivals, hopefully, hopefully, if 2 of them are not dead. 3 potential rivals will be Geno, the Cube Queen, and the new villain that we got introduced to this season cinematic trailer of Chapter 3, Season 3 Vi season. So yeah, basically, that's pretty much it for this brand video. Again, I love the storyline. Don't think the storyline sucks. I just think there's a lot of problems with the storyline that they can improve on. Some minor picky things for me as the Fortnite storyline nerd. Some things they can improve on. Some things that I don't like that they're heading. Some things they can add. Some things that I dislike. Some things I hate. Some things that they should answer and all that stuff. So yeah, if you like content like this, and if you like to see part 4 of this rant video, which won't be anytime soon, but it will come out eventually, the Fortnite Rant 4, what's gonna be the title, I have no idea, but it will come soon, when the time is needed. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's all to win. Man, this whole video was a vibe. Whoa! I didn't mean it as a pun. I just realized that right now. But yeah, it was fun talking and finally letting my ideas and anger out to y'all. Of course, y'all are the loopers. It's all the gang, aka also Fortnite Storyline nerds who love the storyline as probably as much, or maybe a little bit, maybe more than me. But yeah, no, I love the story so much. So yeah. Hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully you enjoy just listening this like a podcast, like an ASMR video podcast, and just put your phone aside, put some headphones, maybe put your phone, play some video games, just listen to me talk about the storyline. I'm here for you. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's all to win. Hopefully I see you in the next video. What that video is gonna be? Probably another backpack scares. Oh! Okay, goodbye guys. It's all to win. There's a Robbie event. Okay, it's all to win. Bye. Have a good day. See you on the next one. Bum 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 bum.